A warm welcome to you here on News Hour, this hour on TV Sapiencia. The top stories today. The Provost of Harvard College of Science and Management Studies, Obada Abiyokuta, Dr. Oluwatosin Adebayo, has faulted the calls for students of private tertiary institutions to benefit from the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. And in sports, Tyson Fury is eyeing potential fight with Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk as the former heavyweight champion contemplates a return to the ring after his wife Paris consented to the decision. My name is Chioma Vic Chukwameka. Welcome to the news. Now the news in full. We begin in education, where the Provost of Harvard College of Science and Management Studies, Obada Abiyokuta, Dr. Oluwatosin Adebayo, has faulted the calls for students of private tertiary institutions to benefit from the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. Adebayo argued that parents who send their children to private universities in Nigeria do so because they can afford the tuition, adding that such students should not be eligible for education loans funded by the federal government. He made this known on Wednesday during a media parley and tour of the institution's facilities. The provost also advised that due to alleged corruption in the student loan disbursement process, any government funding should be paid directly to verified students once the institution confirms their enrollment. Away from that, we move to FCT, where the 6 area council chairmen in the Federal Capital Territory have agreed to forfeit 10% of their internally generated revenue for the next 6 months to settle outstanding salaries and allowances owed to public school teachers. The decision followed a closed-door meeting convened yesterday, Thursday, by the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, with the Nigerian Union of Teachers, the National Association of Nigerian Students, and the Council Chairman, aimed at resolving the over 3-month-old teachers' strike. The meeting was held at the conference room of the Minister's official residence in Abuja. The teachers were demanding the full implementation of a tripartite agreement signed on December 11, 2024, which promised a 70,000 naira minimum wage for teachers, the payment of 25% to 35% salary arrears, a 40% peculiar allowance, the 35,000 naira wage award announced by the federal government, and arrears of several years promotion benefits. We're following up on this story and we'll keep updating you. In Anambra State, the All Rights Foundation TAF Africa has successfully concluded its 2-day Able to Vote media engagement workshop in Anambra State ahead of the November 8, 2025 governorship election. Day 2 of the workshop was built on the fundamental lessons of Day 1, which emphasized the need for the media to reframe their narrative on disability and avoid stereotypes that perpetuate stigma and limit opportunities for participation in election settings. Executive Director, Media Rights Agenda, Ediatan Ojo, spoke on the ethical reporting and the power of inclusive language in electoral reporting to shape public perception of people with disabilities. He noted the language used must not be stereotyped to avoid stigmatization. The workshop, however, exposed journalists to the compelling need to develop storyline around people with disabilities, to find out their challenges, and INEC to know their preparedness for PWD's inclusions in elections. The communications manager, Lane Agwoncha, organized a session for group work to design and present newsroom strategies and media commitment towards inclusion of people with disabilities. The theme of the 2-day workshop was bringing media and the disability community for inclusive electoral participation in Anambra State, aimed at harnessing the role of the media in driving the implementation of relevant laws that protect the rights of people with disabilities and vote and be voted for. Still in Anambra State, Nwafor Orizu College of Education in Sube has held its 10th Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria TRCN induction ceremony for graduating students of the institution and certified 925 newly trained teachers as qualified professionals in line with TRCN standards. In her welcome speech during the ceremony held at the institution, the provost of the college, Dr. Justina Anya Diegu expressed gratitude to Governor Chukwuma Soludo and the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chomaude, for their unrelenting efforts in aligning the state educational programs with global standards. Speaking to newsmen, the Registrar and Southeast Zonal Director of TRCN, Dr. Ronke Shoyombo, represented by Dr. Nneka Onyebuchi, emphasized that teaching, like every other profession, has come to stay and urged the teachers to always give their best to their students. Responding on behalf of the inductees, Noyelom Obu appreciated the provost, TRCN representatives and the college for the opportunity given them. We will take a break right now. When we return on the news, as Nigeria battles a severe and escalating mental health crisis, key stakeholders in the health sector, policymakers and human rights activists have raised the alarm that the country is facing a hidden epidemic of substance abuse. These and other stories will come your way after this timeout. Kindly to stay with us. Welcome back to the news. Glad to have you here with us. As Nigeria battles a severe and escalating mental health crisis, key stakeholders in the health sector, policymakers and human rights activists have raised the alarm that the country is facing a hidden epidemic of substance abuse, which 1 in 7 Nigerians aged 15 to 64 is involved in drug abuse. In his submission during the 7th public lecture organized by the Board of Fellows Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, themed Mental Health, a Basic Human Right, Crucial to Personal, Community and Socioeconomic Development, the chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, said there was a need for a comprehensive national strategy to address the nation's mental health challenges. Marwa, who was the guest of honor, said in the past 20-year alone, the agency seized over 200 million pills of tramadol, arrested 95 drug barons and 66,000 drug traffickers and peddlers, impounded over 11 million kilograms of hard drugs, and secured 12,000 convictions. He linked the alarming rise in drug abuse to a surge in psychiatric disorders, particularly among the youth. The Defense Headquarters has clarified that granting amnesty to surrendered terrorists and bandits is not within the purview of the military. The DHQ noted that such decisions lay with other arms of the government. This clarification was made by the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Gangie. And during a press briefing in Abuja on Thursday, the statement follows recent reports that some bandit commanders in Katsina State had surrendered and released hostages in exchange for amnesty. Kangie said that while the development was a reflection of ongoing successes in both kinetic and non-kinetic military operations, the decision to grant amnesty lay outside the military's mandate. Away from Nigeria right now, we move over to other parts of the world after nearly 20 hours straight of working on the phones using both threats and assurances to cajole Republicans into supporting his sweeping domestic agenda bill. President Donald Trump seemed to grow exasperated while watching coverage of the plodding flood process on television. 14 hours later, the bill had passed with only 2 Republican defections. Trump is expected to sign in a major ceremony this Friday afternoon at the White House, punctuated by a fly over the B-2 bombers who dropped bunker buster bombs on Iranian nuclear facilities last month, according to a White House official. The spectacle will only underscore what a consequential stretch of days it has been for the president, who now appears at the height of his political power, roughly 6 months into his second term in office. Now to sports. Tyson Fury is eyeing a potential fight with Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk as the former heavyweight champion contemplates a return to the ring after his wife, Paris, consented to the decision. The 35-year-old Gypsy King hung up his gloves for the opt-in time after his second consecutive loss to Usyk in December, but his retirement appears to be short-lived once again. Speaking at an IBA show in Turkey, Fury revealed his intentions regarding a potential bout with his British compatriot Joshua. However, Joshua could be sidelined should Fury get a shot at the reigning heavyweight champion Usyk, whom he desperately wants to avenge his losses against. Well, that's it. That'll be all on the news. A quick reminder of our top stories. We told you in education that the provost of Harvard College of Science and Management Studies, Obada, Abiyokuta, Dr. Oluwatosin Adebayo, has faulted the calls for students of private tertiary institutions to benefit from the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. And in sports, Tyson Fury is eyeing potential fight with Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk as the former heavyweight champion contemplates a return to the ring after his wife, Paris, consented to the decision. That's it on the world news this hour. Many thanks for joining us here on TV Sapiencia. My name is Chioma Victoremeka. It is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Do have a great and amazing weekend ahead of you. Stay with us. Do have a great day. Bye-bye for you.